So in today's video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to actually find lookalike prospects using nothing but AI. And I'm going to be using 3, if not 2 business industries as example, just to give you an understanding of the capabilities of this actual tool itself, right? Now, those industries include e-commerce, local business, and a bit of digital marketing agencies, right? And with that into account, let's dive into it. So the tool in this case that you're gonna be using is called Ocean, which I'll leave a link in the description down below for you to actually give it a try. Right now, before we actually go into the process of actually using it, I just want to show you guys a few of the different businesses that you're gonna be using as example. Right now, the first one in this case, as you can see, is called Roadway Moving, and it's basically a local moving company that is based out of New York. Now, one thing that I want you to take into account or highlight is the fact that this company, right, is based out of New York. Take that into consideration. You're gonna see why I mean that in a moment's time. And for the e-commerce section of it all, we have Flora, which is essentially an e-commerce brand that sells skin related products in bar soaps, right? For example, a conditioner, you can literally see a bar soap. You have a shampoo in simple bar soap. Like, you kind of get the gist of it all. Right now, with that into account, let's dive into it. I know the description on this brand was a bit bad, but yeah, you're gonna get the gist of it all. Right, so over here, essentially, I'm gonna start with Roadway Moving. Right, okay, so before we actually do that, I forgot to include our third prospect, which in this case, for those who don't know who Lara Acosta is, she's basically the most successful female, if not creator, on the actual platform itself, right? And as you can see, the follow count tells you everything, and she is basically our pillar in terms of using her as what is this, that for the digital marketing agency example prospects, right? And you're gonna see why I'm using her profile, I mean her LinkedIn profile URL link instead of her company URL link, which is Literal Academy. Right now, yeah, let's go back to Ocean. So in this case, I've already copied what is this called, Roadway Moving's website URL link, and I've already pasted it here, right? And as you can see, the moment you actually do that, you can literally find them within the database. So I'm going to click on that, and hopefully it's going to load all of those different prospects for us. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, a list of different prospects that we can literally scrape and then find the key decision makers within these businesses, right? So in this case, what I'm going to do is that I'm generally just going to open up the view a bit, and as you can see, we have some additional lookalike prospects. Like, all of these prospects are pre-qualified in my opinion, because I kind of used a different tool to basically scrape them, so I know those that some of these tools are actually valid, right? So in this case, just to give you a preview of whether or not they are actually qualified as lookalike prospects, I'm generally just gonna select 3, if not 2 different prospects that you're gonna be using as an example, right? So let me look for one more one. So I'm gonna go with Imperial Movers. Let me just remove that so you can actually see them loading right over there. Alright, so there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the homepage of Imperial Movers, and basing it on this, you can literally see that they are somewhat of a pre-qualified lead, right? And here is one of the things that I want you to take into consideration earlier on this video, was the fact that Roadway Moving is a company based out of New York, right? And as you can see, with Imperial Movers moving New Yorkers since 2006, it highlights that they are entirely focused on those who are moving in or out of New York. As you can see, right, voted best New York movers, affordable, reliable, professional New York movers company. Like, they continuously emphasize on New York, right? And another example of this is Piece of Cake Moving. As you can see, the best movers within New York with the best reviews, right? And finally, another example of this to basically show you my statement of what it is that I'm trying to show you. For Aussie movers, the best movers in New York, customer proof. Now, the thing that I freaking love about Ocean is the fact that it not only generates you lookalike prospects that are generally based out of whatever country or state, but it actually focuses on the specific state of the original prospect that you actually used as an example. That to me is freaking insane. Like, there's literally no other tool that can actually offer you this precise form of leads. Like, it's genuinely insane, right? As you can see over here, you have the different social links of the different companies, not specifically prospects, but there this is where the kicker actually comes into place, right? So instead of just giving you a list of lookalike prospects, in this case companies, it also shows you the key decision makers within those businesses, right? As you can see under the people section, what is this company called? Okay, piece of cake movers. Over here we have run about 59 prospects that you can actually reach out to. Obviously they aren't really the qualified specific prospects. Within those leads, you kind of have those key decision makers you're looking for: CEO, CMO, chief COO, and all those additional key decision makers that you are maybe looking for to basically pitch your services to, right? And I'm going to show you how you can actually find them. So over here, what you want to do is basically just click on that specific company's profile, and in a moment's time you're going to literally see that this widget already will pop, right? Now as you can see, this is basically some additional context in terms of the company. As you can see, we have the description, the about section, contact, industry tags. As you can see, self-storage, transportation, commercial, logistics. That is if you're basically using another lead generation tool like Scrappy to basically generate leads for you, right? But in this case, yeah, you don't really need them, right? As you can see, like, it basically gives you all the information you might possibly need about this specific lead. But obviously in your case, you're looking for the key decision makers, right? Obviously you're gonna go to people section over here, and the thing I actually love about this is that it kind of highlights the different, or shall I say characterizes the different department distribution within the actual thing itself, right? As you can see, we have sales team over 13 people fall under sales. Then operation, you have run about 8, customer relations 6. In this case, let's say you want to build custom AI chatbots for these different local businesses, that you would be primarily focused on pitching these specific prospects. Then you have those additional stuff like that, right? And here is the thing that I actually love about this. As you can literally see, it gives you the different prospects information, right? Not only their name, but also the role within the company. We have Volvo, whom is the CEO of the actual company. Then you have Ivo, Vice President Operations. Honestly, these people are the people that I would generally reach out to in terms of providing my services, because they are my ideal client profile. But yeah, you cannot get the gist of it all, right? So in this case, let's say you add them to lead, and as you can see, it basically gives you the ability to enrich the email. And if you're a cold caller, you're gonna find their what is this? Forgot phone number as well. As you can see, we have Volvo's phone number over here, and here we have the actual, what is this, email address, right? So in this case, I'm gonna copy it, right? Because as you can see, it says guest email caution needed. So in a sense, this email is not really that valid, right? And hopefully maybe with this one, it's going to give us a valid email. But I'm going to show you another additional tool that you can basically use to basically pre-qualify or verify the lead for you, right? So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm generally just going to head over to this and search for a tool called Bountify, right? And essentially what Bountify is, it's an AI model, or shall I say tool, that basically verifies your email address. Like, literally click that, and hopefully the email it actually provided us is verified. As you can see, deliverable, which is means verify, and that is an additional tool that you can actually use to verify it. But yeah, in most cases, all of these emails that it actually gives you are somewhat 90% verified. So yeah, it's up to you whether or not you're gonna do your dilly dally. But as you can see, you get some additional context about that the company. As you can see, if you're to go to the people section over here, this is where you're gonna find all those key decision makers email address, right? Like I showed you previously. Now this is what I actually meant by that, right? So I'm not gonna use AJ as an example. I'm gonna use Francis, right? As you can see, we have Francis, whom is the sales associate of Movers 101, right? And if I were to go here, I can actually access this specific individual's email address and phone number. still verifying, but as you can see, you have the location of the specific individual. Now this is yeah. This is kind of crazy because I never paid much attention to it, but yeah, you're gonna get the gist of it all, right? You cannot have also be given the info, the local information of this individual, but as you can see, we found the email, not so much the phone number. So yeah, you kind of get the gist of it all, right? Now let's go back and show you another example with one last company. In this case, it's going to be e-commerce, right? So I'm gonna click that. As you can see, it has currently looking for those specific lookalike prospects. And ladies and gentlemen, that we have it, a list of different lookalike prospects that we can easily just scrape, right? So in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm generally just gonna select 3 again, and as you can see, for this specific lead of prospect, it doesn't focus on one specific location, but it kind of expands it to all the different locations, Canada, New Zealand, whatever. And in this cases, I don't really give that much thought into it because I can understand not many companies that are based out of the US or UK kind of sell this specific product, right? And generally, I don't have any form of ideas on how I actually pre-qualify these leads. I just take into account of the company name and the company logo. If it's eye appealing, then I check it out. If it's not, then I just leave it. So previously they would give you like a different score out of 100, but in this case they aren't giving us that score. I don't know why that is, but yeah. So in this case I'm gonna go with that one. Did I go with this one? Hopefully. And I'm gonna select one last example prospect. I'm gonna go with this company right here, right? There we have, ladies and gentlemen, a list of lookalike prospects. And as you can see, I don't know how to pronounce this brand's name. As you can see, it basically lives up to the standard, because as you can see, all of their products are actually soap bars. As you can see, whatever shampoo, then we have the health whatever shampoo, literally all simple soap bars, right? As you can see for yourself, and yeah, kind of get the gist of it all, right? Then we have high bar. It's literally in the name. They sell different soap bars in bars. As you can see, solid shampoo and conditioner, and if the list generally just goes on, plastic free deodorant. But yeah, you kind of get the gist of it all. So far, the first 2 prospects are actually qualified in my book, and let's check out this prospects. And as you can see, K2, not they are qualified, but they aren't giving me that e-commerce vibe kind of thing. But as you can see, okay, that was my judgment. As you can see, shampoo bars, conditioner bars, then they have a bit of shampoo bars for dogs. Yeah, you kind of get the gist of it all. Literally every single last one of these prospects are a pre-qualified, or shall I say qualified, or lookalike prospect of Flora. And finally, let's go into the digital marketing agency side of things. Now, this is where the turning point actually comes into place. So, you know how earlier I was like, okay, let's say you're looking for the CEO of the specific company and stuff like that. That is what I'm going to show you with the founder of Good Vibe, as you can see for yourself, right? But before we actually dive into that, I'm going to show you with Lara in terms of the digital marketing side of things, right? So in this case, I'm gonna head over to Ocean and I'm gonna dive into another tab, right? But this time, instead of pasting it over here, what I want you to do is basically head over to this section over here called Lookalike Audience Builder. Click on Audience Build. Build audience, sorry. And for this one, right, what I want you to do is leave it on this one over here, written search by personal LinkedIn headline and not company lookalikes. And what you want to do is paste that in, and as you can see, it basically finds them within the actual database. Now I want to highlight that this won't basically work for any LinkedIn creator, for example, for any LinkedIn creator generally, because they might not be within the actual database of the company. But yeah, you kind of get the gist of it all, right? It gives you the additional information of the prospect. As you can see, everyone wants to build blah blah blah, and she is basically the founder, if not CEO, of Literal Academy. As you can see, it highlights her skills, department, founder, owner, manager, that senior director, founder, blah blah blah, location, and this is where you can click on lookalikes. Next, and as you can see, it basically found lookalikes of Lara. So anyone that basically offers a similar service to Lara, which in this case is digital marketing, which in this case is ghostwriting on LinkedIn, but also she offers a course where it basically teaches people like me and you how to basically go viral on LinkedIn, right? As you can see, these are all the different prospects, and if I actually click on next, and like the additional, what is this, filtration system, in my case I just leave them the way they are, click on next, and in a moment's time it's going to give us all of those different prospects. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. But in your case, what you want to do is head over to the people section, leave the company, and dive into the people, because the people section is where you're gonna find all of those different leads that I actually told you about earlier on, where it's basically just the founder, CEO, whatever of that specific company, which in this case it actually is, right? As you can see, Lera Wong, who is the founder and marketing director of Our Story Labs. Then you have I don't know how to pronounce his name, founder and CEO of Grow Link. Yeah. Yep, you kind of get the gist of it. All right, so all of these are basically marketing agencies, like I highlighted earlier on within the actual video, and this is what I actually meant also earlier in the video, where I was like, okay, you're gonna find all the key decision makers by role, founder, CEO of that specific company, right? And this is what I freaking meant by that, right? And if you were to actually click on add lead, and hopefully it's gonna give us an email address of the specific individual. In terms of the phone number, I highly doubt that. Oh yeah, so it actually gave us the phone number. I really did not expect it to find that phone number, but as you can see, we have the phone number, and we also have the email address of the specific individual, and obviously, oh, as you can see, a verified email address. It's kind of crazy that with local businesses we didn't find any verified email addresses, but with this specific form of lead, which is digital marketing agencies, we found not only a verified email address but also the phone number. Second prospect in account, we also found the phone number, and email address is still inbound, right? And the cool thing about it is that it doesn't only just give you all the different outreach methods, but also gives you the LinkedIn URL link of the specific individual, and if I were to click it, it will possibly take me to that individual URL link. And as you can see, it gives us some additional social links like X, Instagram, LinkedIn, and this is possibly the company website URL link. Bro, this is freaking insane. Like, you will never find a tool that basically gives you so much data in terms of your prospect, where you literally just cannot fail in terms of getting that specific prospect's attention, right? Now I'm going to show you one last example. If what is this, the founder of Good Vibes, right? Just to end this video with a bit of spice to it, right? So let me just remove that filter over there, head over to build an audience, personal lookalike. Obviously what you're gonna do is paste that in. Oh snap, there we have it. Now one thing I want to highlight is sometimes what is this, even though you're gonna paste that specific individual's LinkedIn URL link, you're gonna be given some additional options, like people that basically have the similar name but on that specific prospect, where you can basically then choose or go to that specific individual you want. As you can see, working at then the different skills, department, senior level, location. In this case, what you're gonna do is basically find the lookalikes of this specific individual. As you can see, we have the founder and CEO of Durwebs. Obviously everyone in this case know what Durweb is. As you can see, we have Shaman, who is the founder of Fresh, I don't know, Peaches, hopefully. And you're gonna get the gist of it all, right? Over here, something I forgot to highlight is the different filtration, like location that you can do it. But in my case, I just leave it the way it is. Click. Hopefully it's going to give us those lookalike prospects. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Over, what is this, 1.2 thousand, I want to say pre-qualified leads, because I know within this batch there are some leads that aren't really, that don't really live up to my expectation in terms of ideal client profile. But yeah, literally CEO and founder of Dude Wipes, then you have CEO and COO of Wipehood and Biome, Go Wipe, like literally every single wiping company out of the sun, we can literally find their what is this, founder's email address by clicking on add lead, email, phone number, and ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Now if you're interested in giving Ocean a try, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description down below. But until then, peace, y'all.